Hey guys, it's your fellow Cafetero Norte, and welcome to my first ever video. In today's video, we'll be taking a dive into Bayern Munich versus Lyon, which was a friendly taking place August 2nd, 2025. In this video, we'll be looking at the game, the statistics, a little bit of the highlights, and then we'll be looking at Luis Díaz's debut performance today, as my channel is all about Colombian and Canadian soccer players. So we'll be taking a dive into those players. Today, unfortunately, Alphonso Davies could not play as he's been injured for a while, and he will be injured till about December of this year. So unfortunately, he'll be missed. But we'll take a look into today's game. So without further ado, let's get into it. First things first. 1 second, sorry. First things first. So we'll look at the game. So the game today finished 2-1. We'll start up by looking at the lineups, and if you can see by the lineups, it was relatively, like, it's one of the it would be close to the starting lineup. There's a few interesting players in there. Obviously, Kingsley Coman started instead of Luis Díaz. Luis Díaz, the new signing that they made, right? He didn't have a start today, but he did come on early in the game. And these two young players right here, what's his name? Leonard Carl and Paul Wanner, younger players. They played today, and they're actually quite impressive. We'll talk about them a little bit later. And this Bischoff guy, Tom Bischoff, played as well. But in terms of the rest of the team was pretty good. And I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Lyon is not my team, so I don't know many of the players. I obviously know the striker. The striker was pretty good this game, and we'll talk about him later. What is it? Alex Ansley, Maitland-Niles. Obviously, I know him from Arsenal back in the day. I think he's on loan there. I'm not too sure. But in terms of the rest of the team, I don't know. And then here's the bench. Luis Díaz over there. A lot of good players that came on in the second half. We'll talk more about it after. And then for Lyon, don't know too many players again. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's start with the details. But we can see by the momentum bar over here, we can see that for large parts of the match, it actually was even. And actually, let's talk about the first half. So we'll see the lineup over here. And then the first half, it was quite cagey, actually. If we look at the statistics, the first half statistics, as we can see, the position stats were very even, 53 to Bayern Munich and 47, entailing that both teams had a fair share of the ball. In terms of total shots, there were 4 shots to the 3 of Bayern Munich, and then 1 goalkeeper save from Neuer, so meaning that they had 1 shot on target. And the way that the first half unraveled, I feel like the momentum bar states that Lyon was slightly better. I think Bayern actually came out better off the gates, and they came off with the first big chance. It might have been over there, and the first big chance came from, I would say, Carl, which it was a half volley from across, and he couldn't penalize the other team from it, but it was a good chance. And in terms, I thought Bayern started off the half better, and then Lyon progressively got better and better, getting better chances and being able to break the press from Bayern, because Bayern was good in the press to begin with. But overall, the first half wasn't much to write home about. I want to talk about specific players in the first half. I thought Harry Kane, I haven't seen him in a long time since he's left Tottenham, but I like the way he plays a lot. I love the way he comes back into the midfield, really deep. And this game, I felt he came a lot deeper than he usually does. I thought it was great. He made some really good incisive passes. His technical ability is great. I think it was amazing. I'm gonna foreshadow a little bit. He wasn't able to play with Luis Díaz later. I mean, in this game, but I do think there will be a great combination together, similarly to how it was with Kane and Son. I think it could be like that over here. Unfortunately, it didn't happen this game, but something to look forward to in the future. It'll be nice. And then these two players right here, in particular, this Leonard Carl. I know his rating doesn't seem that good, but I thought he was quite interesting player to see. He was a left-footed player, young player. I know that's Olise's spot, but Carl could get some good minutes and could be a good player for this team. And then with Musiala injured, and I think it's a long time. I'm not too sure how long his injury is gonna be, but this Wanner guy seems pretty decent. His creativity was quite good. He has good touches. He seems quite good for his age, and I'm excited about what he can do. Bischoff was a good player, but I didn't notice his presence too much. I thought Goretzka had a great first half. He was dominating the midfield. His press was fantastic, and he won a lot of his duels, as we'll look into here. Yeah, you can see his ground duels. He won 3 out of 4, so 75%. That's fantastic. He won. What was it? He had 3 total tackles, only got dribble pass once. He was overall, I thought, very good in the midfield. So we'll give him his flowers. But in terms of the first half, there wasn't too many chances. I thought Lyon had their shot on target could have been more, but it was a relatively a routine save for Manuel Neuer. But yeah, that was the first half. And then in terms of the second half, we'll look here. They made various changes, including Luis Díaz and where is he? Olise came on, made a crazy impact. And in terms of the second half, we could see right here from the momentum bar, Bayern Munich came out like hot. They came out really good, and Luis Díaz came out really good as well. Actually, having a really good shot in the 47th minute that was saved. Unlucky for Luis Díaz. And then a few minutes after, he actually ended up. Where is this? Yeah, so he ended up winning this penalty, which I don't know, man. Let's go back. Let's go back to it. I don't know if it was a penalty really. I think it was very soft, but nonetheless, Luis Díaz did it. If we look here, we could see a little bit of the contact. I don't know. I don't think so. He says right here, Luis Díaz sacrifices life to win a Bayern penalty. I don't think Luis Díaz was hurt too much, but I'm happy it was a penalty. We'll look into the penalty actually right here. Right here. It's over here. Olise stepped up to the mark, and we'll see how his shot went. And takes it. Oh, it was slotted very nicely in the right-hand corner. The keeper still dived the right way, but couldn't make it. Overall, it was a good penalty. Great penalty. Happy for Olise, he scored that. And a few minutes later, Bayern were still pushing. They were playing well. You see my momentum bar. They scored their penalty goal right here. And then a few moments after, Bayern, with the press, they won the ball in the final third, like in Lyon's defensive third. And then Gnabry picked up the ball. I think it's right here. This is the goal. Okay. Yeah, Gnabry picks up the ball right here and slips in nicely to Olise. Olise, who puts it nicely into the bottom right corner. It was a very nice goal. I really liked it. So very good. That was 2-0 for Bayern. And at this point, Bayern were fully on top in the second half with a lot more chances still happening. I think Luis Díaz, let me come back to the exact time, but Luis Díaz almost scored another one in the 67th minute. In the 67th minute, he almost scored, what was that, before or after? Yeah, so after, around the 67th minute, Luis Díaz had another chance, similar to the first one where he was through on goal, like on the left wing, and then he would try to cut it across the goalkeeper, trying to put it into the right-hand corner of the net, but the goalkeeper saved it both times. Pretty good. And then he actually had another one where he was taking on the defender. Yeah, I don't know who the defender would have been, but he took on the defender, put in a low cross. It found Gnabry, but Gnabry couldn't equalize. So Luis Díaz had a lot of chances, as well as another chance actually after. It was in the 87th minute where he had a similar chance to the first two. Again on the left hand side. This one was a lot closer to the goalkeeper, so it was pretty hard to. The angle was pretty difficult, but Luis Díaz had a lot of chances today, and unlucky he couldn't do it. But he had a great performance. We'll get a little bit farther. We'll get more into that after. But in terms of the match, we look at the momentum bar after the second goal of Bayern. I think Bayern, my personal opinion, I think Bayern actually went down in intensity and didn't try as hard. It's also a friendly match. Take that in mind, right? In a friendly match, you don't want to injure your players. You don't want to be too intense. You just want to put your tactics in place and then make sure what you can improve on for the actual season. So after that second goal, I felt Bayern took their foot off the gas. But credit to Lyon. Lyon, as in most of the game, they actually were in it and they made it very even. They had a lot of chances. They had a lot of chances in the second half, man. We could see by the momentum bar again. They had so many chances here. They hit the post one time. They had a few really good saves by what's his name? By Jonas Erbig. He made some really good saves. Overall, Lyon could have scored a lot more goals, and they actually ended up scoring pretty late in the game. It was in the 83rd minute. But in terms of the goal, it was done in the 83rd minute. It was done by Alejandro Gomez Rodriguez, which came on literally a minute before this goal was scored. And then Carlos Marat, which I thought had a great game, had a few incisive balls, was pretty good as a creative player. Now that they lost Cherki, he will be an important player for Lyon. So we'll see how that goes. In terms of the actual goal, it was after a corner. Olise found the ball in the middle of the park. He was doing pretty well to shove out, get the player off of his back, actually beat up player, but then passed the ball. It was a loose ball. It didn't find his teammate, and Lyon was able to get that turnover, make a really good pass to Rodriguez Gomez, Alejandro Gomez Rodriguez, and he was pretty much by himself. There was another defender, maybe Ta, I don't know, I'm not too sure, but he took it on and actually took a shot at the near post. It went past Urbig. So it was a nice goal by them, and they actually deserved more than the scoreline. But overall, the actual game, I thought Bayern played well when they actually were on top. They played very well. They were hard to break past their press, and they were overall solid. Their possession play was pretty good. They were able to create a lot of chances when they did want to create. And overall, it was a great game. Lyon also had a fantastic game. They were defending. I feel like since they were the underdogs, they defended for a majority of the beginning of both halves, but they were able to find a lot of good breakthroughs in this match. It's just unfortunate that they couldn't score more goals. And in terms of how I believe Bayern will do, am I concerned about them? I feel like I always am concerned about the defense. They do dominate games always, but their defense can be a little bit shaky. As we saw in this game, there were many times where their forward was in on goal, or it was 2v2 or 3v3. It happens very often. I know Bayern wants to dominate, but I think when the season starts, they have to minimize that or get better at doing that. And then let's get started. Let's get into Luis Díaz's performance. I thought Lucho had a fantastic game. I know right here it doesn't show a fantastic. Where is it? Oh yeah, it doesn't show a fantastic rating as he only has 6.9. But I thought he played fantastic. I thought from the beginning of the game, like he imposed himself. He looked like he was meant to be there, or he has been playing there for a long time. Similarly to how it was when he first joined Liverpool, he got on there and played simultaneously along everybody. Was playing with his compatriots, making good movements, making good runs in behind. And like I told you earlier in the video, he had many highlights in this game. He could have gotten at least one assist, and there was 3 chances where he could have gotten a goal. So unfortunately, he couldn't capitalize on those opportunities. But I thought he showed what he can do in this team. And I also mentioned earlier, we couldn't see him today with Harry Kane, but once Harry Kane, Olise, and Diaz all played together, because today Olise and Diaz played together, and I thought they were great together. Opposing ends, obviously, on opposing flanks, but they both had a great game. Olise scoring 2 goals, which he earned a man of match in this match, as you guys could see. But Luis Díaz, I thought, played fantastically, and I don't think he overexerted himself. I don't think he was trying too hard, especially after the second goal. Like I said, I think everyone on the team took the foot off the gas pedal, but Luis Díaz, I think, will fit in just right in Bayern. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, overall, it was a great game. I'm happy I watched it. I know it doesn't mean much, but it's good to see Luis Díaz in his debut being well received. Everyone enjoying his presence, playing a good match. So we'll see what more can come from that. I can't wait till when Alphonso Davies gets back and we can see Bayern with both Alphonso Davies and Luis Díaz on the left flank. Ooh, that's gonna be dangerous, man. It's gonna be an exciting season. So there's much to look forward to. In terms of this video, if you stuck to the end, I'm very happy. I'm very glad. Thank you very much. Please leave any comments as to what you think I can improve on. I know this is my first video. There's a lot of things I will improve on, but it's all a learning curve. In terms of what you can expect for content, you can expect things like this. Bayern, obviously, teams like Real Betis now that they have El Cucho Hernandez, they have De Osa, teams like Juventus that have Kawal as well as Jonathan David. For Canadian players who Anderslet, if they're in the European competition, or even I know that Dander's playing right now, so maybe certain things like that. But any game that has a Canadian or a Colombian player, you might expect game reviews. In terms of TFC, I don't know if there's any TFC fans here, but I will be doing live vlogs of the TFC match, or at least attempting to. Or if not, I'll be doing watch-alongs for TFC matches. So please stick out for that. But without further ado, that was the end of the video. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please leave any thoughts, comments in the section below. And Yeah, thank you.